Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Wednesday, September 21st, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We have great television archives at the top of the page. Sexually Speaking with Dr. Kathy Naughton right below. Also our eye candy feature. A lot of people like the one that we ran yesterday. We put everything in the archives, so if you missed it, just go down there. But it is the International Space Station, and it's flying over the United States of America. It starts out over Canada, and it's heading south. So now you're going from south, from north to south. So it flies over, and you go over sort of the western part of the United States, then you go over Mexico, and then you go over South America, over the Andes, and you come out with a beautiful sunrise over Antarctica. And it's very, very cool to look at. So you can check that out from yesterday. We'll get to our eye candy feature for today in just a couple of minutes. Our rock and roll poll question yesterday: do you have any chronic pain, something that hurts almost all the time? And I'm not surprised, I'm really not surprised that 51% of you say yes. Now the good news is almost half the audience out there not suffering from anything that sort of bothers them every day in terms of pain. But that's a lot of people. That's half of the people who listen to our show are suffering some sort of pain. And it's not, I hope it's not our show that's that's the cause of it. But I mean, it's like me. I mean, I got stuff that hurts. It's just amazing. I have a physical scheduled for, I think it's about 3.5 weeks away. And I'm going to start talking to him about, like, you know, Celebrex or something like that. You know, everything was fine until I was 52. And at 52, somebody like threw a switch and everything started hurting. I don't know if that's like you too. Anyhow, we had a bizarre story yesterday. This guy from the National Weather Service goes out to Joplin and does a survey and then issues a statement yesterday that says, yeah, those 162 people who died in the tornado earlier this year, yeah, it's probably their fault because, you know, we sounded the sirens and people ignored them. They're like, wait a minute, how do you know that? Well, it turns out he talked to 100 people. It's a town of 50,000 people. He talked to 100 people and somehow came out. Oh, and by the way, he also said, oh, and by the way, the National Weather Service did a fine job that day. I mean, just the absolute peak of insensitivity. And, of course, we have this ridiculous siren system in the St. Louis area. The civil engineers, the civil defense people here in the St. Louis region got together, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and they sort of adopted this policy that whenever there is a tornado warning, meaning a tornado has actually been sighted, whenever there's a tornado warning, say, for example, in St. Louis County, every adjacent county also sounds its tornado siren. So the offshoot of that is, say for example, there is a tornado in northwest St. Charles County. That's not going to affect anybody in South County in St. Louis. Matter of fact, they could be driving along in the sunshine. Now they hear the tornado sirens going off, and they're like, a bunch of idiots. I'm driving along here, the sun's out, why have we got a tornado siren? Because all the way in northwestern St. Charles County, somebody saw a tornado. So, and tornadoes generally travel southwest or northeast, so there's a minuscule chance, virtually no chance, that that tornado is going to have any impact on South County and St. Louis. So people have come to sort of scoff these tornado warnings and the sirens and stuff like that. So today, and by the way, this idiot from the National Weather Service, just, there's people still picking glass shards out of their butts in Joplin, and you're basically coming along saying, well, it wasn't our fault. Unbelievable. Another government bureaucrat just making friends. All right, so anyhow, let's ask the question today. How do you generally react when you hear tornado sirens? A, I drop everything and head for cover. B, I might look outside, maybe turn on the radio or TV, try to assess whether it looks like the threat will affect me. C, I go about my business until or unless I see something that looks imminent. Or D, I don't pay much attention to tornado sirens. Please answer down in the corner. We'll have results for you tomorrow. Cardinals last night, man, I'm telling you. So I'm at the game and they're down 4-0, and I'm like, and then I look at the Braves score and they're up, I think 4-0 or 4-1. I'm like, that's it. We're going back to 3.5 games. We're going in reverse order. So I get in the car. By the time I got to the car, it was 4-2. By the time I got home, it was 4-3, and then of course, you know, the Cardinals exploded for, I think it was like 6 runs in the 7th or something. And just went nuts, and the Braves won, so we're still at 2.5, but it's getting awfully interesting. I will say that it was an incredibly sparsely populated game last night. There haven't been a lot of games I've been to, especially when the Cardinals have not been in a situation where they are mathematically eliminated from playoff consideration. I've been to a lot of games in St. Louis in my 27.5 years that were more sparsely attended than last night's game. So, all right, when we get sick, here you go. Back in 1993, Terry Hatcher boinked Andrew Dice Clay. He's got a new book that he's shopping around. Terry Hatcher not happy about it. Tony Bennett yesterday on some radio show said that the United States caused 9/11. He's already issued an apology. Is Regis, who's been making $21 million a year doing his TV show, did he end up quitting because they wanted him to take a pay cut? That's the rumor going around. Ashton Kutcher's debut on 2.5 Men was a C at best, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm grading it. Maybe a C minus. Didn't matter because there was so much attention to it, and highest rating in the show's history, about 27.5 million people. On Comedy Central, the roast of Charlie Sheen became the second most watched show in the network's history. Oddly enough, the most watched show on Comedy Central was Jeff Dunham's 2008 holiday special. Figure that one out. Dancing with the Stars took the bullet. They were down 24% from previous season premieres. The Playboy Club got hosed. Only 5 million people watched. And again, there was tremendous competition. There wasn't a shortage of promotion. But I think there's a fundamental flaw on the part of CBS on NBC, putting that show on a Monday night against Monday Night Football. All the guys are already watching Monday Night Football. Put the Playboy Club on a night where there's not a football game on, you might get somebody watching, especially guys. But, the climate in network television now is you have a highly touted show like this, and not a cheap show to produce, by the way. Period pieces are expensive. You got all the special costumes and stuff. 5 million people watch the season premiere, and they might even yank the show. It's supposed to be yanking something else while you're watching the Playboy Club on NBC. The Emmys ended up coming in 7th place in the ratings behind football, America's Got Talent, and a rerun of 60 Minutes. That ain't good. There's just too many award shows. There's such a glut of celebrityism on television, on the internet right now. It's not like the old days where you would tune into the Oscars or the Emmys because that's where you get a chance to see everybody. Now, celebrities are everywhere. You can't turn around without bumping into one. And all these internet shows, all of this internet activity, all of the television shows, all of the tabloid entertainment / Entertainment Tonight, Inside Edition, all that sort of stuff. You got the E! Channel, everything. Just not special anymore. All right, finally, the X Factor comes on tonight. He's been hearing about this for a year. Jimmy Fallon has Whitney Cummings on tonight. Her show debuts tomorrow night on NBC. They've been running that one wild. Promos just going crazy. She actually was on Leno last night and apologized for how much of her goofy face people have had to see. We are going to have the guy who plays her husband on the show, on the showgram on the Big 550 KTRS Thursday, tomorrow afternoon at 2:15. Looking forward to that. And we're working on getting her, by the way. I have a mutual friend, guy who, long story. Did you know that at any given time on Earth, at any given time, there's roughly 4,000 people having sex? Depressing, isn't it? Bill O'Reilly threatened to quit his job if the president's plan to raise taxes on the rich goes through. Immediately after he issued the threat, support for the president's plan hit 90%. 2 miles from a Maryland highway were shut down. 2 miles of a Maryland highway shut down after a manure truck overturned for releasing so much crap. The driver was immediately hired to run Fox News. Birthday today, Darva Conger. Anybody want to take a stab at that one? Darva Conger. Remember Rick Rockwell and the Fox hit television show, Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? The woman actually has St. Louis ties. She went to SIU Edwardsville for nursing school, became a nurse, went to the St. Louis Blues games all the time when she lived in Edwardsville. We had her on the air when she did her Playboy spread. Itty bitty titty committee there, boy. 1 day left in summer. This is it, folks. There's only 95 days to Christmas. What the hell is going on? All right, JC's Eye Candy today. The Slyman Brothers, Steve Mizrarini, Uncle Leonard, Schweigangle. They got nothing on this guy, let me tell you. A TV commercial for a taxidermy place in Southern California is pretty much exploding YouTube, largely because of the owner's unintentionally hilarious deadpan delivery. This thing is a hoot. Take a look at it. JC's Eye Candy right below what you're looking at. All right, how do you react when you hear the tornado sirens? Do you go, That's it. Spring into action. Or do you sort of maybe turn on the TV, turn on the radio, look outside what the hell's going on? Do you go about your business until you see something that looks like a tornado right on top of you? Or do you pretty much not pay much attention to tornado sirens? Our rock and roll poll question. Answer in the corner, and there you go. All right, we're on the air. When I say we, that is me and Trish Gazelle and our carousel of co-hosts, which include Al Rabowski, Eric Mink, Legal Eagle Scott Sherman, comedian Joe Marlotti, and Smash every Friday. We're on the air from noon to 3 every day on the Big 550 KTRS in St. Louis and online at ktrs.com. And we're recording 2 days a week. We're recording Trish's Trash and putting that on the internet. You can go to our Facebook page, The Showgram with J.C. Corcoran. The Showgram with J.C. Corcoran. And we post those on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And it's sort of experimental right now. We will be putting those up in a more regular, timely fashion. But for right now, at least you get a look at what it looks like in the studio, 2:45 every day, with me and Trish and Dan Strauss from the Large Morning Show in the afternoon, Frank Opinion. Sit there and just sort of sit there and assist Trish. Although she probably wouldn't use that word, get in the way. So you can check that out again, the Showgram with J.C. Corcoran on Facebook. That's it, JC's Daily Dose for Wednesday, September 21st, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.